I'm glad somebody's taking pictures.
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Thank you. That's the video?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to share that with us,
and we've
babe.
got stills.
Oh, thank you.
We're more than ready.
I'm so glad you're doing that. We need to.
Hey, Donnie, I'm just going to start.
Spoons for that, you know.
I'm just going to start.
Oh, they got one group getting their first drink after they serve them. All right.
You're videotaping all our disorganization.
Oh, that's the fun part of it.
Someone asked me that the other day, too.
This is a collection of all.
These are really good. They're all good, yeah.
Look at that. She goes through the
Everyone goes in there.
There's a king in the room. Could you come here, please?
I'm staying away from the crutch.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You stand right in there.
Okay, I'll stand.
I got that. Not even too much.
Is Abby? Oh.
Hiding.
Hey, boss.
Hiding. Clearly. All right.
You want me to introduce you?
Yes.
Everyone, thank you for coming tonight. This is Abby Nicholas Stock. We met 9 years ago. I moved here from Louisiana. We met by accident, and I'm glad we did. And she's going to introduce to you exactly what we're bringing to Charleston.
Great. Thank you guys so much for coming. As you see, we are the Krewe of Charleston. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Mardi Gras and how things operate down in New Orleans, but there are hundreds of crews down there. And we are the first crew in Charleston. Donnie moved here right after Hurricane Katrina and fell in love with Charleston, and also decided Charleston needed a little New Orleans in it. So this is our 5th year, and the Krewe of Charleston is a membership organization just like crews in New Orleans and elsewhere around the world. And the Krewe works tirelessly all throughout the year, but especially come Mardi Gras season to put on events like this. We have 2 of our biggest events next weekend, our Royal Ball Mask and a Cajun food festival as well. So this is a big year for us. It's the 5th anniversary, and it's also a big growth year. So this is the first event that we've done like this, and thank you for coming and making it such a wonderful event. As is customary with every crew, every year, we name a king and a queen. And the king and the queen are people that we think are a wonderful reflection of the community. And this year, as you saw walking in and who are standing up here, we have Mr. Joe Rice and Miss Lisa Rice. And we want to thank you so much again for being a part of this year. It's a crazy roller coaster ride, but yes, it is.
Our pleasure.
But it's all fun. So tonight, this is our first event of the Mardi Gras season. And every year we try to pick a charity or a nonprofit to give back to. And this year, something that is very near and dear to our Queen's heart and our King is the Norton Lowcountry Children's Center and the New Orleans Children's Advocacy Center. So tonight is our biggest fundraiser for them. 25% of the proceeds from the art that is purchased tonight will go directly to them to support everything they do for children who suffer from abuse. And certainly because it's near and dear to you guys, it is near and dear to us at the crew. And we appreciate anything, just being here, listening, and hearing. We'll have Beverly speak a little bit more about their mission. But thank you for coming. We also have a raffle tonight. So you can find me. You can find Miss Lynn Williams, who has the fabulous bubble necklace on. I don't know if you know her, but it's fabulous. Raffle tickets are $20 each, and we're raffling 3 things tonight. The first is 2 tickets to the Royal Ball Mass, where we will crown our King and Queen and have probably the best time you've ever had in Charleston. We have Rock and Dopsy and the Zydeco Twisters. We have Miss Elise Testona's on our court. It is incredible. Those tickets are usually $150, so it is quite the deal. We're also raffling off another pair of tickets and a bottle of our William Wolf Pecan Bourbon. I don't know if y'all have had that yet. It's really good.
She's still working on the gin fizzle.
Yeah. They are our official drink of Mardi Gras this year, and for all, I know probably ladies more who like whiskey but like it a little sweeter, that is your drink. You just need it on the rocks. It's good. And then we're also raffling off a table of 10. So 10 tickets to the ball on Saturday night, and like I said, it'll be a fabulous time. So with that, I want to pass it over to Miss Beverly Hutchinson, who will tell you a little bit more about Norton and the great things they do.
And she said these words to her therapist. You got him out of my house. Now help me get him out of my head. Samantha came to the center because there was concern about abuse. During the course of her assessment, it was clear that she had been abused by her stepfather. The Norton Lowcountry Children's Center, working in conjunction with the Department of Social Services and law enforcement, were able to remove the father from the home. So now Samantha was physically safe. But what we know is that's not enough. It's not enough for child abuse victims to just be physically safe. They need and deserve a chance to heal from the trauma. And that's really the benefit of the Norton Lowcountry Children's Center. Last year we saw 1,350 children from our own community right here. And those, well, that number, you know, when I say it, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, that many kids, how sad. No, that's good. That's the good news. The good news is for those kids, the night year's ended. For those kids, adults have taken appropriate action. They've stepped up. They've done their job. They've begun to help these children and their families heal. So that's what y'all are helping with tonight, buying a raffle ticket, buying a beautiful piece of art. I mean, the art is just stunning, and thank y'all so much for partnering with us. Always, of course, thanks to Lisa and Jay for their support. But it is through the support of the community that we're able to help these children heal. No child deserves abuse. I mean, that's just the most obvious statement I can think of. But every abused child deserves a chance to heal. And child abuse doesn't have to define any child. There is hope, there is healing, there are good treatments out there. Charleston is blessed to have a wealth of knowledge in this field. So thank you for being here tonight. thank y'all.
Thank
And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Abby.
Sure. I want to mention one thing. We will introduce our artists, and if you're interested in a piece, you'll know who to go to. They'll work directly with you. And now, Mr. Donnie Biard is going to give you a little history of Cajun culture and a little bit more of why exactly we're all here.
Exactly. And when we're talking about Mardi Gras, y'all, it's not just Mardi Gras that we're bringing here. We're bringing a whole new culture to this city and the state of South Carolina. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Cajun people, but if you follow the PowerPoint right here, in 1606 there was about 6,000 people living in Nova Scotia. Now you got to remember this is before Jamestown and Plymouth. About 150 years later, they were very prosperous and they started to build up a surplus of grain. And the King of England got hold of this and they were starting to ship the surplus down to the colonies, and he said, we got to stop this. So in North America, this was actually the first ethnic cleansing of any culture in North America, including the Indians. And these people were shipped down the coast. And what makes this very interesting is that you see up here at Halifax, they shipped these people on the day that they had this expulsion. They gave them the choice. Swear allegiance to the British Crown, forsake your Catholic faith, and you can stay. They said no. We'd rather not, because we have enough money, and they thought they could fight these people, which they couldn't. They were overpowered. A lot of these people, when they tried to bring them over to Charleston, which is where this arrow is, and they were rejected because the people here thought that we have no idea what kind of diseases you're carrying. To make a long story short, the King of Spain gave all these people a land grant in South Louisiana. By the time they got there were only 3,000 living of 16,000. So it was an atrocity that you can't imagine. And go ahead, Abby. And on the day of this expulsion, there was a girl named Emmeline Laviche and a boy named Gabriel Arsenault. It was their wedding day. And that's the day that this happened. And for 20 years, Emmeline looked for Gabriel. She went to work. She was in Louisiana, and she finally found a job in the convent as a nurse. 20 years later, she wakes up, she goes to work, and she finds this man on a bed. And when she opened the window, she recognized him, and she finally found him. And he died seconds later in her arms. She is our heroine of that town. 20 years. Oh, somebody's bringing it. Can you bring it to the next one? When those people got to Louisiana, they were greeted by the Attacable Indians. And this is interesting. This is the statue in our hometown where this happened. And the Attacables, of course, spoke Indian, and these people spoke French, and they couldn't say, they were from Acadia. They couldn't say Acadia, which is where the word Cajun comes from. A Cajun. And that's where the word Cajun comes from, and this is the mother church of the Cajuns in St. Martin Parish. The church was built in 1765. And when you see the red section, a lot of people get confused with New Orleans being Cajun when it's actually Creole. The red section is what's considered Acadiana, named after Acadia. And finally, what makes the Mardi Gras began in the Greek theater centuries and centuries ago. And if you look at any Mardi Gras map, any sign, you'll see the comedy and the tragedy. The tragedy, when we were growing up, there's a word that the older people use, it's called chagrin. That means, it literally translates to chagrin, but it means misery. And you remember when your mama said, you crying? You want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about. Well, the Cajuns say, you better get that chagrin away from me. Because they know how those people suffered to get to where they were. And the Cajuns never liked living under the hand of authority. Anyway, okay, so there you have the tragedy. The comedy is that a Cajun like me can come to Charleston, South Carolina and bring this whole thing back to Charleston where we were rejected in the first place.
Hello.
So ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because when you look at this art, you're not just looking at a piece of art. And when I tell you that the Cajun people, they are very resilient to hardship, the shakara, hardship. And we have a thing called the Grand Jardin de Silence. It's called the Great Garden of Silence. You're not supposed to complain about things when bad things happen, because bad things happen to good people all the time. That's God's plan, and that's the plan for each and every one of us to go through some kind of hardship. Once more time, what you're looking at when you see this art, it took 12 generations before any one particular artist could devote their life to doing this kind of work, and the family pushed and pushed and pushed until they could afford to have a family member actually doing this kind of work. And I think that we have found the 3 greatest artists in Louisiana. They are respected critically acclaimed in all of the art critics in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Melissa Bonin is, in the Times-Picayune recently, the most respected artist in Louisiana. Thad Morgan, I can't tell you enough about this guy. He's full of color. And Dennis Paul Williams. And Dennis Paul Williams is not only an artist, but he's a critic, an acclaimed musician. They're playing in Nova Scotia right now on our old grounds. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first artist, Miss Melissa Bonin.
I kind of almost lost it there. That was really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, especially Donnie, because he had no idea what he was getting himself into when he decided he was going to have an art show, but he did a beautiful job. And against the ice and the storm, we had missing artwork and missing artists, and he pulled it all together. We had no venue for a while, and then it's just wonderful. So thank you for coming and supporting us, and to support the children, the abused children, and I mean, to create a safe place. What more can you ask for? That's such a beautiful gift, and I'm so happy to be partnering with that intention. And aussi, je vais dire, je suis très contente d'être dans ce pays qui est si beau et si charmant, et j'adore le paysage et les gens, et merci beaucoup.
She just said I'm the best thing since sliced bread.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Thad Morgan.
Hi, this is my first time in Charleston, and I'm really excited to get it. I went to a little shortcut to get here. Like 2 days. Almost didn't make it, but I'm so glad I made it, and it's lovely to meet you guys. I hope to meet everyone that's here tonight, and I'm just honored to be part of this. I'm a father of a 13-year-old, just turned 13, so I know how important it is to have anything to do with uplifting children, especially children that have been through something so traumatic. So it means more to me to have my art to be part of that than anything, and the stuff that I had to go through to get here. So I appreciate everyone coming. It's been amazing, so thank you very much. And if you have any questions about the art, feel free to ask us, because we love talking about art. Honestly. But yeah, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to answer. But yeah, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I always save the best for last. We have royalty in the room tonight, and there's no voodoo in here, there's magic. And they're about to do their trick on you. Joe, would you like to talk to this crowd about being the king of Charleston?
This, you know, when Donnie approached us about this, We said, what the hell? But we were able to hook up with Beverly and the Children's Center, and that's something that we've supported for years. And when they were willing to make that the charity, we said, okay, we can do whatever we need to do for our part to do that. So we're hoping that things are successful and everybody comes out next weekend and we have a great time and we're able to have fun. At the same time, remember that there are a lot of people that don't have as much fun and don't have as much carefree life as we do. So let's take care of them as we have fun.
Queen.
And Lisa's going to get rid of the crutch for next week.
That's a rule. Okay, ladies.
We had a little skiing accident last week.
What did you say about hardship?
Let's chuck it up.
Chuck it off.
Chuck it up.
We'll do it.
All right.
Have fun. Go forth and have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you know of anybody who appreciates art as much as we do, please tell them about these three artists. They're fantastic.
Yes.
And remind your friends about Mardi Gras in Charleston. It's a great thing. I've been here for 9 years. I haven't been to anything even close to this. Y'all come.
We'll be here tomorrow too. So if you
Yes.
go home and you fall asleep and there's a piece that you just have to have,
Yes.
be here tomorrow.
You gotta have it.
And please drink some more and eat some more.
Yeah, drink some more. That'll loosen up that checkbook.
Thank you.
Okay, quick question. You said three artists, you introduced two.
The third is not
Canada.
here. Oh,
Okay, tell me.
come here.
Okay.
Dennis Paul Williams. He is
Okay.
in Nova Scotia. He also plays music.
Okay.
He actually, there's a CD over there. He does some acoustic guitar and he has a band. So he's not here tonight.
Somebody's got to do it.
You got more? Oh, all right. We've got last call for raffle tickets. We're gonna go ahead and take our calling. Last call for raffle tickets. You want more raffle ticket? Anybody else? You come in. 10 seats. Raffle ticket. Twice you want that. All right. Going twice. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have you do that.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm not gonna do it. Okay, Elisa, come here.
All right. All right, the
You
first raffle is
The
for
first
two.
raffle. Turn up the music, please.
Oh, so go hit pause on my phone.
How you turn that off?
It's on the laptop. It's on my phone. Did anybody buy a ticket and you can't find it?
Me. I saw her looking for the last 5 minutes.
Yep.
I did. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Okay, so originally we had said you have to be here to win, but many people had, it's Saturday night, and they were snowed in. Many people had dinner reservations and all that, so if they're not here, we are going to call them and they will win.
I bet I'm gonna win.
Because we wanted to get more money to Norton too. So the first one is for 2 tickets to the ball and 4 tickets to the food festival the next day.
Okay.
191008.
Bingo.
Then he walks out.
19100. Let me see if there's an. Okay, that would be Miss Lindsay Hooper.
Good job.
Who's Miss Nancy Hooper?
She's not here.
Okay.
Must be present to win.
Yeah, she did change her list. She won. Yeah. So
Okay, I'll hold it.
I need a
What's the
I
next
got
one?
that. I need a pen. Here, I'll do this.
I'd love to win
You
some.
want to put this with it?
Yeah. Thanks. Perfect. This is all I need to do. Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Miss
And
Lindsay Hooper. All right. The second one is 2 tickets to the ball, 4 tickets to the food festival, and that bottle of bourbon behind me.
Wait.
Woo, that's a loaded one.
Drink it before you leave. You might buy a painting.
The lucky bourbon winner 191006.
That means you gotta tell your friends that you won.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got proof.
She's got proof. So the ball is Saturday night, and the next day whole table to the ball. That is whole table. Drinks, open bar included.
Yeah, drink all night long, eat all you want, dance all night long, every day. Okay.
191017.
Yeah.
I put it this way. If you ain't got enough to fill the table, I'll join you.
Look at these lovely ladies sitting at the table.
We're going to do one more drawing.
Okay,
We're
what?
going to do an encore. Two more
Okay.
tickets.
Okay, yeah. Look, we're generous.
We're going to do an encore for two
All
more
right,
tickets.
Alicia. And by the way,
Listen, on this one, you have to be here to win. So we got to draw.
wait, before we go any further, this is our unsung hero. This is Joe and Lisa's communications director, who has to answer everything we do. So she's been through a lot.
She's
Here we go.
all right. You got to be here to win.
What are we giving away?
2 more tickets.
2 tickets to the ball, baby.
I'm gonna have to get you email.
Tickets. 191014.
We're gonna give 2 more away. What the heck?
2 more.
Drink up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna.
All right, this is the last one.
All right.
Go be cute over there for a minute.
Y'all say cheese.
Cheese.
191018.
Yeah.
Me!
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Those tickets are
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Before, wait, I want to give you an opportunity. Everyone, we made, if I could steal 4 minutes of your time, we produced a 4-minute video of the story of the Acadians. If you'd like to watch it, we're getting ready to show it. It's my debut in movie production and editing. Turn out the lights. Abby?
Where is she?
We're showing the movie.
Il existe encore aujourd'hui des gens qui vivent dans ton pays et qui longtemps se souviennent. Car l'océan parle de toi, et l'en dessous lui porte ta voix, de la forêt jusqu'à la plaine. Ton nom c'est plus que l'Acadie, plus que l'espoir de la patrie. Ton nom dépasse les frontières.
That's a crawfish festival.
Evangelina, Evangelina, Evangelina.
That's our tune. No, I think Melissa would like to say something. The art that you see here is not, it just doesn't come out of just living in Louisiana. Melissa actually goes into the bayous and the swamps of Louisiana, what we call a pirogue, but no, she's a sophisticated lady and she goes by kayak. And she's got a video.
One more thing right before that I want to say. We, oddly enough, do not do a celebration celebration on Fat Tuesday, but the Carafest does do a celebration on Fat Tuesday. So on the official Fat Tuesday, our fine friends.
Yes.
You'll see as you walk out, there are some flyers. Please pick them up, and they also benefit the children's steel drums.
Yes.
Yes.
And not to mention, they appear at the ball every year, and their costumes are off the chain.
Yes.
That's right.
But I'm telling you what, they know how to throw a party. So, all right, Miss Melissa, this is very cool.
Where did Monica go?
In the hallway.
Oh.
She never missed an opportunity to speak.
We have our own Mardi Gras party at Men's. This is to benefit the children's feedback group.
Yes, I told Derek he needs to bring a card.
There you go. There's Melissa in the volume.
Sont bien sûr la Louisiane, parce que c'est ça ce que je connais. C'est quelque chose qui est dans le sang. Je me sens à l'aise ici. Je sens la paix parce que c'est un refuge, comme la Louisiane était pour mes ancêtres quand ils ont immigré du nord des États-Unis, de Nova Scotia, de France,
We got some people in this room coming to Mardi Gras this year. Oh, you ready?
Okay, any last words? Tell them when Mardi Gras is.
Mardi Gras is February 8th and February 9th. February 8th, we got the Royal Ball Mosque at the Charleston Convention Center. And February 9th, we have our all-day family-friendly Cajun food festival. Bring your kids. We got a parade. We got Rockin' Dopsy, fried alligator. We got everything.
And where's that?